Hi, my name is Michael Lamberti, and I'm here to teach you how to be a successful producer in your producing class. One of the other things about producing is there's a lot of paperwork that's involved in any sort of production, whether it's a short film, a full feature, or just making videos. There's a lot of paperwork that's involved with it. And also, when you're in a producing class, you're gonna have a lot of work on your hands. So my advice to you is make sure you're managing your time well, because the worst thing you can do is not time manage yourself and to the point that you are an emotional mess. So definitely make sure all your work gets done as soon as possible. Also, don't be afraid to ask questions. Questions are meant to be answered, no matter how stupid it is. But if you already know where you could get that material or that answer from, whether it's on an email or from your school's website, just make sure you're going back to the instructions, because the worst thing you can do is waste your professor's time and the class's time, and you just look like you're not really knowing what you're doing. So make sure, if you're able to answer the question yourself, make sure you refer back to the material you have been given. And if you still don't know what the answer is, just make it clear to the professor that you're still confused on what the material is. He or she or they will make sure that question is answered. You have to be the bad guy sometimes, because you are a producer in this production, right? So you have to possibly let go of someone that you might have either worked really close with or maybe a friend. In this term of business, time is essential, and sometimes you do not have a lot of time. So for me, you have to be the bad guy to either fire someone, and you have to explain why you are firing someone, and sometimes they're not going to take too kindly with that, and friendships are ruined because of it. So whenever you are doing your productions, make sure you are hiring someone that's not only reliable and you're easy to work with. Like, I'm not saying you can't hire your friends or your family members who are in this business, but you should always be aware of how committed and how serious this project is, and see if they are able to commit to the project. So the worst thing you could do is hire someone that's not committed or not dedicated, and your production is fucked at the end of the day. If you could take anything out of this video is absolutely do not waste your time. Every second of the day is something for you to get done. Every minute, every hour, you are able to get something done. Make sure your documents are all filled out. If they're not, make sure that it's clear to either your cast or crewmates. And also, don't be afraid to ask a question, because some people do not have the courage to ask these questions for you. So you might as well be the one to ask these questions. And also, if you are able to work with your actors, especially if you are also a producer and director, make sure that you're taking those days to rehearse things with your actors and make sure everything is done accordingly as planned. One of the key things that I've learned during this month is that communication is the biggest and essential thing for your production, because the moment where there's like miscommunication, that's when people start to quit or start to get aggravated. So what I do is I try to do like production meetings, and also send emails out to everyone so they are at least informed in case they couldn't make a meeting or two. When it comes to communication in the film industry, it's essential because if you make one mistake, you're pretty much fired. So make sure you're communicating with your crew as soon as possible. I hope you enjoyed this video, so feel free to comment, like, and subscribe to this video. If you have any questions about filmmaking or producing, directing, acting, feel free to